Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another very useful mod that's just a glorified grappling hook, and well, it's called the SpaceHook, which is, well, this lovely thing that I'm currently holding. So yes, there is currently no model for this thing. You see me hold up your hand like you're gonna place down a block, but when you were to target something in the first person view, you can see that we have a line coming out of our body, which changes from red to green, indicating what we can lock onto and what we can't lock onto. So yes, the SpaceHook has a 1 kilometer range, and if you are able to attach onto it, it'll go green. If it's out of range or you simply cannot connect onto it, it'll go red. And once you're fully connected on, ready to activate the actual grappling hook system, it'll turn grey, and then we'll go from there. Yes, once you've found this in through the mod menu, you simply come into the G menu, type in SpaceHook, and it will look like a drill head right here. You see here, that's what costs builds, and its actual functionality, it's all written up here. We'll go for that in just a moment. So for a demonstration, what we're going to do is now just look all the way up to here. We've got a little ship, and as you can see, it's now going to turn green. I'm now going to left mouse button, where a yellow line is now going to shoot all the way out. It's going to go up and up and up. Doesn't matter if we walk away, third person view, and all of that. But eventually, it will turn grey, and I'll be ready to pull myself all the way up. There we go. So excusing that I am hungry, you see it's now grey. Now left mouse button, and up we go. We're now going to start ridding ourselves all the way up. In a third person view, it sort of disconnects the line and will make you fall all the way down to the ground. It's a little bit of a bug with this thing because it is still in development, so you have to stick with this in first person view. Yes, we're going to go all the way up at a very steady rate. If you want to increase the speed, we simply use the mouse wheel to scroll all the way up. I can move it all the way up to 50 meters per second, or if you want to slow it all the way down, because perhaps you're going too fast, it might clip into a block, maybe some shenanigans are going to happen because you're on a non-dedicated server. Yes, you can slow this all the way down. So I'm going to go put that up to 50. So go all the way up to this ship in the sky. So once we're all the way up to here we go. We now just slam into the bottom of this thing. Now right mouse button to disable the hook. Then I can right mouse button again to disconnect the grappling hook. Now we're ready to go one more time. Of course, that will mean I'll come down to the ground because we are on a planet. That's simply how it works. So flying all the way up to this. Here we go. And now just look down at the ground. If I want to, I can now just grab a hook onto the ground. And of course, after a short delay, once it actually reaches down to the ground surface, what I want to connect onto, it'll turn grey, and I can drag myself down once again. Yes, now I'm just going to disconnect that and fly up into space. And so here we are in space, ready for the next part of the demonstration. We've got a bunch of enemies around here who's going to start flying around. It's going to be very important what I'm going to show you. But before we go any further, what is this mod actually for? So the whole point of this thing is to be used with a hardcore scenario, or maybe a world where the jetpack is fully disabled. Rather than having to get up high by building blocks, building ladders, you simply use a grapple hook to send it all the way out, pull yourself up, move yourself down, and make it all nice and safe. Of course, there is putting myself all the way in. I can middle mouse button to move all the way back, do it again, and move all the way forward. It's going to be quite dodgy for me because my middle mouse button is not working correctly. Yes, it's for a world where the jetpack is fully disabled, where you can't just fly around like this. You're just going to be hovering around, grappling hook, then you're Spider-Man, and just going from place to place like so. Of course, you could use it to vehicles in general, because you have a 1 kilometer range. That's entirely up to you. For the next part of the demonstration, because we have covered pretty much everything, got 1 kilometer range, 1 to 50 meters per second, you can reverse the directions, you've got the different colors indicating what you can do. But what about a moving target? So if I was coming to here and made myself targetable, we're now going to see this ship is going to start to move around. I'm now going to activate the grappling hook, because I'm going to fly away over that Pactorum railgun drone. But as you can see, I'm aiming nowhere near it, but still it locked onto it because that's what I was aiming at originally when I clicked it. And now I can just left mouse button, start reeling myself in, and I'm going to speed this all the way up. We're going to get closer and closer and closer, but because of the way the drone has been set up, when I get a certain distance close to it, it's going to start moving away from me because that's how the air block has been programmed. And what you're going to see is the actual SpaceHook tool is going to turn grey once again because I've technically hit the limit of where the hook was, so it needs to re-update itself. So I've got to press the left mouse button again, actually go and rehook myself, and actually hopefully come all the way up to it. So as you can see here in this footage, I'm slowly gaining on this drone. He's trying to move away from me. If there's any delay in me actually hitting the left mouse button to actually reactivate the hook, it's going to create some distance, but I can very, very slowly come all the way up to it, and eventually I will reach it. We'll be able to actually land onto it, start grinding up, and all of that. Back to a base, here we go, so I can attach myself onto the Pactorum outpost, but it's not going to allow me to bypass the actual shield itself once it actually fully connects onto this thing. After a short delay, and of course you can move left and right, it does make it go a little bit wonky when you're actually trying to connect onto it, But once again, like the moving ship, it does not matter if you move away from it. It does not matter if the line looks like it's going to move away from the target. It will just connect onto it. And anyway, here we go, just dodging all that drone. He's come back for another go. And eventually we'll come up to the shields and we will get repelled all the way out. Because we can't bypass it with this, we can't go all the way out to it. We can't just come all the way up to the body. But as soon as I let go, as soon as the grappling hook disables itself, we just get ejected all the way out. And I'm still getting pummeled by the railgun drones. If I'm going to connect up to that one, if I can. It's a little bit awkward to do. And there it is right there. So connected onto it, now I'm flying away. You can see that's clearly going away from the drone. But it does not matter. After a short delay, we'll just connect onto it. There we go, and now I can just left mouse and pull myself all the way in once again. And like on the planet when I was first showing this thing, of course we come into the third person view, it's going to simply disable the hook, and we just fly around like normal, it's going to pretend like we're not connected whatsoever, until we come back into a first person view, it'll just reconnect itself, resume what you're doing, and well, away you go. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this mod. It's just a very simple thing on the workshop page, which is a very handy thing if you do want to play on the more hardcore survival mode, or hardcore server, hardcore map, depending on what you want to do. But you still want to be able to get up high without building a massive eyesore, say off steel blocks, say off ladders, and well, this is a tool for you. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this mod. What you can do with it, what it has to offer, it's just a fun little thing to play around with, and just highly recommend downloading it, checking out yourself. So be linked to the description below if you do wish to download and check out yourself. I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.